What's going on, everybody? It's WebsterStyle Brian Sapph here with another edition of the NRW Checkpoint. Brian, how you doing today, my man?
Doing okay. Yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Now, Brian,
Yes.
one of the best things I like about this show is talking to you because
Okay.
you are a gamer.
I am.
And regardless of your preferred system,
Yeah.
it's all about gaming. And I appreciate that talking to you because we both come from a very common place.
Agree.
What's up with these fanboys?
Oh, what happened now? I've been out of it.
We had the Microsoft Developer Showcase last week, which was really good.
Okay.
We got a surprise that the new Mana series game, I forget what it's called, is coming to Xbox. First time the Mana series has ever been on Xbox.
Okay.
We got demos of Avowed, which I thought was really cool looking. Again, most of these games aren't my type of games, but I thought they were cool looking. Like Avowed looked really good. Arya, I'm not in the sim, but I thought about you because I knew you like the sim games and whatnot.
I do.
So, that was something that looked pretty cool.
Okay.
Then there was another game, and I really forget what it was. I really forget because all I cared about was Indiana Jones and how amazing that game looked.
Indiana Jones.
Yes.
They got another one?
Yeah. You have not seen the trailers for it?
No, not the game, no.
Man, Brian, I was amazed, and I didn't even realize it wasn't Harrison Ford talking. It's Troy Baker, so I forget all the games he's done. I think he's Joel in The Last of Us. I don't remember, but he sounds uncannily like Harrison Ford. But they got his likeness. But the game looks beautiful. But all the trolls could talk about, but it's in first person. Blah 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 blah. I'm thinking, can you let people make the game they want to make? Why are you complaining? Because it's not like a Sony game, third person cinematic. Okay, they chose first person.
Right.
You haven't even played the game. You have no idea if you like it or not.
Right.
Why are you hating on it? I don't understand, man.
Me either. And I blame like gamers like that for the state of the current state of gaming. Because I think about it and how much these games try to follow a certain formula or whatever. They all do that, or not all of them, but you know what I'm saying. There's a couple games that come out that's like really, really innovative, and then you start seeing a bunch of copies of those games. Right. I feel like those copies come out because they feel like people are complaining, or not even complaining, giving praise sometimes about how something is going, and they make the companies feel like, oh, we have to make another game like this in order for it to be a success or whatever. Because you're gonna get people in the comments talking about, oh, why is this game in first person? Because they expecting it to look like I don't know, Uncharted or Tomb Raider or something. And it's like those games can exist and be what they are. Yes. And then we can also have a property like was it Indiana Jones that don't necessarily have to be. It don't got to be a third person like RPG. It could be some first person stuff. Like, it's different ways to tell a story, and I don't think
exactly.
I think gamers be losing that because they just be so caught up in the online hype and being a part of the conversation that they don't even realize, like, this, video games, yes, they are for entertainment, but they also like a form of expression. It's a form of art, and it's a form of creativity, and it's another medium for somebody or for these type of people to express themselves and tell a story that's gonna connect with the people, and it don't have to be a certain way all the time.
Yeah, it's the funniest part of that part. Now I remember the other game now, and I get to that because people were bitching about that, and I think it's absolutely great what they did with that game. Well, with Indiana Jones, the trolls are online like, oh, it's just trying to be Uncharted. I'm thinking, do you understand that Tomb Raider, but Indiana Jones is the reason we got Uncharted, is the reason we got Tomb Raider. Like, it inspired all of that. So how can you? I was like, are people stupid?
Yeah. Yes.
Are these?
Yes.
These are the things that really, like, can't you just enjoy games? And then the last game, Senua's Saga, with Hellblade, Senua's Saga 2, whatever it's called.
Okay.
I never played the first one, but I know people like, oh, it was amazing. And, they've been showing this game looks absolutely amazing.
Okay.
The one thing I don't like about this game that they announced is that it's digital only. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But it's 8 to 9 hours, or they say the size of the game, the original game, is about the size of the original game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only $50.
Okay.
So you're telling me you got a AAA game, no bloat, no filler, that's a cool 8 to 9 hour experience, and you're only charging $50, and people are complaining, trying to rip on it? I'm sitting there thinking that is an excellent deal in gaming.
Yeah, for today's standards, yeah.
Yeah, but this is a AAA title. It's like a freaking tech demo, and you're telling me they're only charging $50 for it. I tell you off the top, it's a story-driven experience. Is 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem, and I don't see why anybody wanted to dump on something. I wish more game developers develop. Look, we talk all the time how they just put crap in games to make it longer.
Right.
And why do they spend so much money on these games to add all this filler to it? And let's be realistic. Back in the day, we spent $60, $70 on a Super Nintendo game or whatnot. And we played it, we beat it, and that was that. There were no incentives for us going back to play it again, other than the fact that we just loved the damn game.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. New game plus all that stuff. I get it. I get why that's there, and that is a benefit of modern gaming. However, I play the game because I like it. I will play it again because I like it. I'll play it again because I bought my money. I paid my money for it.
Right.
I think that's most of us. So to hear the fanboys, and I say the fanboys because that's what they are in this case. They're platform loyalists.
Yes.
Talk about the game and talk about all these positive things that are. Microsoft could have very easily said, "Hey, this is an 8 to 10 hour experience. We're still going to charge you $70 for this."
Right.
I think people would have been bitching, but they had every right to do so.
Right.
Every right to do so, especially considering how long on average, without just a straight campaign, like how long is Spider-Man 2 on average?
What is it, 15 to 20 hours?
Okay. That long? Really?
Yeah. It's pretty lengthy.
Okay. So because I wasn't sure about that. So that's 15 to 20 hours.
Because a lot of the side quests, they tie into the main story. So they make you like start it just so you know.
So you have to do side quests.
Yeah, like
you can't go straight through.
The initial missions of the side quests, like they're part of the story. So like you have to start that. But you don't have to do the side quest, but you got to do the first one. Just,
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. Without side quests, it's like straight through campaign gameplay.
Yeah, about 15 hours.
Yeah, on most of these games are 10 to 15 hours, maybe. I think Spider-Man's probably a bit longer, especially because you got all the cutscenes. And that's something somebody else said too. Okay, we got 9 hours of gameplay. Cool, but what about XYZ game that's like 8 hours of gameplay, but then it's like 5 hours of cutscenes or whatever it is? Again, that's the comparison. I understand the comparison. I think it's apples to oranges, but I get the argument. I think that was a great announcement, and I think it was a very it's weird to say Microsoft consumer friendly in the same breath, but it was a consumer friendly announcement. Because let's be real, if this was Sony, they would charge you $70 for that.
Yeah,
sure, they
because of that whole it's a AAA title and yada yada. This exclusivity and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, we're lucky to be getting games $49.99.
Right.
So I don't understand what the complaining is about. Like,
I don't get it either. But Brian, I think you really should. Okay. Maybe we'll get to that afterwards, but okay. That's the Microsoft developers direct that came out. Hopefully, we'll get some news from Sony and Nintendo. I'll bet more Nintendo before Sony in the next couple months. But
yeah, there's already rumors that direct is on the way.
Yes, and hopefully that gives us the news we all are looking forward to.
Yes, because if
the
it's
Super Nintendo Switch,
you're right. If it's not that, I don't want it.
Right, exactly.
I can wait to Christmas, but if it's Super Nintendo Switch, I get it on day one.
Right,
Nintendo, if you listen to.
Right.
But what we got for games this week?
So we got a couple of newer stuff. I'm going to go through some of the things that I didn't list here that we talked about before, like Immortality came out last year on the Xbox on via Game Pass at the time. That's coming out for PS5. We also have Hitman Blood Money Reprisal that's now dropping on the Switch, and that's a upgrade, I think, from a 360 Hitman game. So that's nothing new, but it's new for the Switch.
Right.
So those are some of the games we aren't going to talk about because they are really, we talked about them before in the past couple months. But let's talk about Graven on the PC from Slipgate. Ironworks is the developer and 3D Realms is the publisher. Action, mystery, and a chance for redemption await you in the gritty first-person action adventure Graven, not Craven. Craven, somebody totally different. Explore a dark fantasy world as a wrongly convicted man of faith. Battle the horrors of humanity, the wilds and beyond, using armaments, magic, and the environment. A marriage between modern development tools and techniques with a stark late 90s aesthetic. Bring the first-person action adventure Graven to life. Featuring character designs by Chuck Jones, known for Duke Nukem 3D and Half-Life, and the voice talent of Stephen Waith from Blood, Fire Emblem, and Dusk, in a dark yet distinct medieval fantasy experience.
Okay. Graven.
Right. We are not watching the trailer for that one. We should have. Maybe I'll pull it up next week, depending on how everything looks, because that looks pretty cool. All right, next up, we have Howl. Now, Howl is a new game for the PS5 and the Xbox Series systems, but it dropped on the Switch and the PC last year, so it's new-ish.
Really?
And it's from developer Umi Games. I probably butchered that because when I get those apostrophes in there, I don't. Yeah. No. And developed on the publisher Astragon Entertainment GmbH. Howl is a turn-based tactical folklore tale or folktale set in medieval times. A sinister howling plague has ravaged the land, turning all who hear it into feral beasts. You play as a deaf heroine plunged into danger in search of a cure. That's a perfect person to be in the world gone wild because of something you hear.
Right.
Here. All right. Next up, we are checking out a redo or not a redo, but a collection of a classic game series, Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy on the Xbox One, PS4, and Switch. And see, Capcom's smart.
Let's talk about it.
Because there is no reason for you to put in the work for the Series S, X, and PS5 for a game like Apollo, because didn't these come out on a DS, if I remember correctly?
I don't even remember.
I think about a DS or 3DS, one of the two, because I believe like the Phoenix Wright and Ace Wright's game, they found their homes on Nintendo handheld. So there's no reason to do a whole bunch of work to put them on the newer systems. Drop them on PS1, PS4, they're backwards compatible. Excuse me, not PS1, Xbox One, PS1 is something totally different. And call it a day. And then you got your Switch port as well. Join rookie attorney Apollo Justice and his mentor, the legendary Phoenix Wright, in this collection of 3 games. The title features the 14 episodes of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies. Yeah, definitely on the DS.
Right.
And Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, and the 2 previously DLC only special episodes for a total of 16 episodes.
Okay.
So
I've always wanted to get into, because I heard about Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I didn't know they had an Apollo Justice Ace Attorney.
Yeah, they did have that spin-off. I've never gotten those games. I feel like something's on Game Pass, so I might check it out just to kind of get a feel for it.
Yeah.
Or I'm pretty sure there's an opportunity for me to find something online and put it on my DS if I really want to.
There you
some
go.
Reputable vendors of games on my DS.
Right. I'm picking out what you put down.
Right. Next up, we have Hidden Through Time 2, Myths and Magic on the PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and Switch. And this dropped on PC last year. We are watching the trailer from this. It is from developer, publisher Rogueside. Join Clicky on a new, that's a hell of a name, on a new enchanted adventure in hidden through time to myths and magic. Search for hidden objects scattered around hand-drawn worlds and unlock more as you go. With both a single-player campaign and an online mode where you can create your own dream world, the adventure never ends. And that's what caught me about this one, that whole hand-drawn stuff and designing your own dream world. That sounds pretty cool.
Have you watched the trailer for that before?
No, we're watching that today, though. It does sound familiar, though.
It does.
But I don't think we did watch the trailer for that one because it didn't look it. The game description sounds familiar, but I know just when I pulled everything that we hadn't watched the trailer yet.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we have Phantom Abyss from Team Wibby, WIBY, and publisher Devolver Digital and Xbox Series systems and PC. Phantom Abyss is a massive asynchronous multiplayer game that casts players into procedurally generated temples and tasks them with retrieving the sacred relics hidden within deadly chambers. Intrepid adventurers will dodge scores of hidden traps, leap treacherous chasms, and flee relentless guardians through branching paths until one of the relics are claimed or the devices of death overwhelm them. Be warned, you only get one attempt at each temple, and failure or settling for a lesser relic means you will never see the temple again.
Really? Is that how it worked for real?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, well, the last two games are the big releases this week. First up, we have Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth on the Xbox One, SX, PS4, 5, and PC. I have to say, they are pumping out these Like a Dragon Yakuza games, man. Like, seriously. And I ain't.
That's another Yakuza game? Okay.
Well, I played Like a Dragon when it came out because all the Yakuza games on Game Pass, including this one, is dropping day one on Game Pass. So I've jumped into Like a Dragon a little while ago, enjoyed what I played. Haven't gone back to it since just because, scheduling. But it was a fun game when I played it. So I was impressed. And I've always had an admiration for the Yakuza games because I can see that they got their origin in Shenmue. So, I've always been a fan of Shenmue. So, So obviously it's from Sega. We already know that.
Yes.
Two larger-than-life heroes, Ichiban Katsuga and Katsuma Kiryu. I think I got that right. Maybe. We'll see. Are brought together by the hand of fate or perhaps something more sinister. Live it up in Japan and explore all that Hawaii has to offer in an RPG adventure so big it spans the Pacific. So we are watching the trailer for that one.
Also, what's doing that?
I'm sorry?
The Hawaii part caught me off guard. So, okay.
Oh, yeah, that was like the original teaser trailer for it. Like the dude was in Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. Yeah, so definitely interesting. Yeah. And last but not least, Namco was, I will say, smart with this one because they waited. In the past 6-7 months ago, I guess a little bit more than about 8 months now.
Yeah.
Fighting game fans been eating good.
Yes.
Okay. Fighting games been getting good. We got Street Fighter, we got Mortal Kombat 1, and now we got Tekken 8 dropping on the PS5, Xbox Series systems, and PC from Namco. Completely redesigned character visuals, elaborate, highly detailed models built from the ground up, and high fidelity graphics break the limits of new generation hardware by adding a new weight of an atmosphere to Tekken's signature battles. Vivid environments and destructible stages combine to create an overwhelming sense of immersion, creating the ultimate play experience. And so with that, let's jump into our first trailer for Tekken 8. All right. Tekken 8, baby.
I'm actually...
weirdly enough, I was never a Tekken fan.
Really?
Yeah, like I cut my teeth on Street Fighter, and the 3D fighter I got into was a DOA series.
Okay.
I've never really gotten in probably Virtual Fighter. Like I played Tekken.
Virtual Fighter. We can bring that back.
Yeah, for real. But Tekken was like I played Tekken, but I wasn't one of those cats in the arcade playing Tekken like that.
See, that's
my friends were all about in high school. My friends were all about Killer Instinct.
Okay.
And I stuck more toward the 2D fighters. I wasn't a big killer. Like, I like KI now, but I wasn't a big KI fan when we lived in the arcade.
Gotcha.
And by extension, Tekken as well. The only 3D fight I really played was, it was Virtua Fighter in the arcade. But at home, it was all about DOA for me.
Yeah, I got into fighting games with, is it called Primal Instinct? You know what I'm talking about?
Was it Primal Rage?
Yes.
With the animals and the that was an Atari game. 32 playable characters. Goodness gracious! Wait a minute, is that off the rip? Wait a minute. 32 playable off the rip, so it no season passes, no extra DLC.
Well, I don't think the Tekken world might have more than 32 characters, so they might add some extra stuff in there.
Well, I'm sure they will, especially based on what we just saw. But yeah, all right, that look cool.
It does. Actually, the the demo has been available for some time. I downloaded it. I just haven't played it yet, but
Understood.
I think I will after watching that trailer, because fighting games, man, when you just want to mindlessly play something.
Yes, exactly. No thought. You just want to beat some up. Like, literally, it's not a fighting game, but they had a sale on the some of the games on the Capcom arcade. I just bought Final Fight for like 99 cents and was playing that because I just wanted something mindless.
Yeah, so, they perfect for that.
Yeah, they are. Next up, let's look at something you need a little more brains for. Not so mindless, but definitely something you can have a lot of fun with. Is Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth.
Okay.
Lately, our old friend, the Seiryu clan's been acting mighty suspicious.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Asuka-san.
I'm sending you to Hawaii.
Well, I've never really gotten to a series like that.
wants
I've
to
always
meet you.
appreciated the storytelling.
It's your mother, Akane-san.
I think that's what it is.
What the hell's going on?
Freeze.
Kiryu-san? High time you met the head of the Barracuda.
I got it right. It's Kiryu.
I got it.
Barracudas are after me. Akane-san, they're after her too, you know.
You seen this?
This is someone else. Yanja.
You trying to tell me there are Yakuza in Hawaii?
The head of Kazuma Kiryu. What better trophy than the head of a dragon?
I really, really need your help, like, right now. I'd take a bullet for a bud any day. Take cover!
You can always turn a new leaf, but you can't turn back the clock. All you get is the precious time you're given. You ready for this, Kasuga?
Let's do this.
Okay. So it looks, all the Yakuza names look interesting.
They do.
Fun. Yeah.
Something about that story, man. I feel like they got something there.
Yeah.
I check it out.
Exactly. And last but not least, Hidden Through Time 2, Myths and Magic.
Okay. So I want to see this. Okay.
It's straight up hand drawn.
It look good though.
Okay. A hand, yeah. It's named Cookie. It makes perfect sense now. This is not what I expected.
Me either. I'm not mad. This is something like this. All age. You can tell there's some like complexity to it. All the stuff you can do in video.
Definitely looks like something you get lost in.
Yeah. Interesting. Right. I wonder what's hidden through time. I want to find it.
Yeah, for real. Interesting. Makes me, and I looked it up because this came out on Steam too. As of right now, this recording, it's only like $11 on Steam.
Okay.
It's not an expensive game, and that's discounted from like $12.99.
That's a perfect game to go ahead and start my PC gaming journey.
Yeah, for real.
I'm not mad.
All right. So Brian, what's going on with you this week?
I'm gonna put this podcast episode out. That's I'm gonna get to it. I'm making that a priority.
Got you.
And other than that, I'm just trying to stay going forward. That's it. What about yourself?
Let's see. The time is recording. We drop interviews with Tifa Quinn, adult entertainer, DJ, Final Fantasy enthusiast, Harley Quinn lover. Also dropped an interview with Pat Shan, who is a writer, creator of Between Space, but Space Between Entertainment Comic Company. So he's a writer, and we talk about the process and doing comics that are not safe for work and how that process goes about. Okay. Also, time is recording. We're about to drop my reaction to the Louis Vuitton men's fall winter 2024 show. So Pharrell had a Wild West theme going on, which I dug for the most part. Yeah,
I need to watch that one.
Yeah, that comes out. Time is recording Friday. And then both on NRW as well as WebsterStyle, since we talked about Indiana Jones and the Golden Circle, or Great Circle, Golden Circle. I say Golden Circle. It may be Great Circle. I don't remember. I went back and revisited Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb that came out back in 2003. Hard to believe that was 21 years ago now. On the Xbox and PS2, and I played that on my Xbox. So played through that a little bit. So you'll see that playthrough up here and on WebsterStyle as this comes out.
Okay, cool. We got a packed week.
Yes,
as usual.
Yes, we do.
I'm just gaming and podcasting this week.
Hey,
got nothing else.
Look, whatever you do to find your peace is all that matters.
Exactly. I agree.
But I hope you guys will find your peace watching us. Remember, you know you are Nerds Who Are. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, all the socials. In this case, just Instagram. New Release Wednesday on the Twitter or X or Elon's, whatever he wants to call it, before we delete it.
Right.
The NRW at the NRW on Twitter, and of course, you're currently on YouTube. So make sure you know what to do. You like, you share, and please subscribe.